Isn't it nice to have somebody or something like this to cuddle with? She's such a little cuddler. I'm a cuddler too, though. I just don't get to do it very often, you know? Other than with a dog. I like doing it with humans too. I'm a human cuddler. But I'm very picky who I cuddle with. I won't just cuddle with anybody. No. It's kind of crazy being single at 53 and being on dating apps. I don't get any action on these apps, none at all. Every once in a blue moon, somebody will send me a message, but it's somebody that I just couldn't see myself dating. And I'm just too picky to, I don't know. I mean, I have standards and they're probably a little high. But hey, those are my standards. I have my preferences. I can't help it. It's just what it is. Anybody else? Are you guys, anybody single in the dating pool, playing the dating game? What's your experience been? Like what do you wish dating would be in 2024? I wish it was still like where you could just walk up to somebody and say, "Hey, how you doing? Can I get your number?" And I think that more people would probably be open to that, but it's like, as a guy, with everything that's going on in this freaking climate in society, you're just so reluctant to want to do that because you never know like who you're going to offend, or it's just like it's just such a sensitive thing now. And I know a lot of girls would probably disagree with me and say, "No, it's not that bad. Like, we want you to come up and still introduce yourself and say hello and all that." But like, if you look at what happens in some of those cases, like, I just feel like it's too risky. I mean, am I wrong? Anybody else feel that way? That it's too risky to just walk up to somebody and introduce yourself? I think it would be easier if women would go up and introduce themselves to guys, because then at least we would know. But for us, it's a different game. And the dating apps are so, so superficial. It's like you can write whatever you want. You can use filters on photos. I know a lot of people are like, "Oh no, not many people do that anymore." Yeah, they do. The dating apps that I'm on, I would say 90% of the profiles that reach out to me are spammers. They're trying to get my money. They're just trying to scam me, catfish me, or whatever. So you have that element on top of everything else. So you sit there and you go through and you finally find a person that contacts you. You're like, "Okay, that person looks interesting. I think I might be interested in them." You start a conversation. You get to the point where you exchange numbers, and then all of a sudden comes the, "Oh my gosh, something happened and I got to do this and I don't have enough money for it." And then just like, "God damn it, I just wasted another freaking 3 weeks talking to this person." Now that was me probably 3 years ago. I've learned now to see the signs to where I don't get that as much as I did back then. It's once in a great while it'll happen now, that I'll be fooled. But not to the point where I'm like wasting that much time. Like I might be fooled initially with the first couple messages, but I have questions now that I ask to kind of like, figure out if they're a bot. But it's just so frustrating that it's the world we live in, that we have to, like, we're on these apps and that's how we're meeting people these days, where everything can be fake. And there's no, like, for instance, me, like I am somebody that is much better in person because you don't get to experience my sense of humor, my wit, my charm, all the things that I have that are positives. I can't display those on a profile. I can't display those in text. I'm somebody that's much better in person, but you have a lot of people, a lot of girls that don't want, if you're not like 6'5" and, all this superficial stuff, they're not interested. And I say, that's funny that I say that, superficial stuff, when I'm superficial. I have those things. So it's not superficial, that's the wrong word to use. But all of this, it is their preference. It's totally fine. But I feel like, for me, there are some things that I could get over if I met somebody. You know what I mean? Like if I was with somebody, I might be able to get over like I don't like bigger girls. So I can get over that if I meet the person and we have good chemistry. Chemistry is like the most important thing to me. If I have good chemistry with somebody, I can overlook a lot of things that would otherwise, be something that I'm looking at. So when I'm looking at dating profiles, I'm looking more at just looks and things that they write in their profile. But you don't have any chemistry. You don't have anything else that you can go off of. You're right. So it's like, that's why when I do connect with somebody on a dating site, I like to meet as soon as possible so that I can get that out of the way and say, oh, do we have chemistry? Do we not have chemistry? And get that out of the way. And I find that, I generally have pretty good chemistry with people, but I also have to be careful because a lot of times, and I'm honestly not being conceited in saying this, but I'm a very good listener. And I love having good conversations, and I'll talk about anything. I'm polite. I still believe in chivalry and just do those things, open doors and all that stuff. And so I have to be careful because the girls that I do end up going out with, I think, get the idea that I'm into them more than I am when I do those things. And so they, want to go out again when I don't. And then it's like, I don't know. It's just, I hate it. I freaking hate it. It's just no fun. I wish that you could just say, okay, there's a grocery store. It's called Single Shop. It's got a really good grocery section, got a really good organic section. And everybody that goes there is single. So when you're in there, you know that you can approach people because they're in there because they're single. Single shopper. Let's start a grocery store called that, Single Shopper. And so you know that you can just go in there and approach people. Yeah, who's going to start that with me? What do you guys think? Let's do that. That'll make it easier. Easier than these freaking dating sites. God, I hate them. But I'd be curious to know, how old are you? Are you dating? Are you out there on the prowl? Are you having any luck, or have you had luck with any of the dating sites? And if so, which one? I'm curious because I've tried all of them. Right now I'm only on Hinge. That's the only one I'm on. But I was on Bumble. I was on OkCupid. I was on Tinder. I was on Plenty of Fish. Coffee Meets Bagel. I tried them all, and same exact thing. No luck whatsoever. But as far as the pricing and what I feel are more real profiles than most others is Hinge, and that's why I'm on there. But I do not get even a match a month. It might be every 3 to 4 months I might get a match. To where I'll start talking to somebody, and it's so weird because I'll talk to somebody for 3 or 4 messages, boom, they just disappear. I think that's another problem is the pool is so big. Like ladies have their choice of so many men, but men, we really don't have the same choice. Like women are getting hundreds of messages from us. We're getting, you know, a message a month maybe from somebody. So that it's all out of balance. You know, women can just basically get whatever they want on a dating app. I know that it's probably still a horrible experience. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you just have your pick of so many dudes. You know, like a guy, I couldn't walk into a bar with a sign on my chest that says, "Hey, let's go get freaky." But if a girl walked into a bar with a sign on her chest, "Let's get freaky," she'd have like guys falling over themselves to get to her. Doesn't matter how she looks. You know, really. Well, there probably is some limit there, but I don't know. But it's just so skewed one way. And that's one of the reasons I hated Bumble, because Bumble, the girl has to send the first message. And I don't like that. I didn't like that at all. So I wasn't on that app very long. But yeah, just not a fan. So curious to know what your experience has been. Let me know in the comments. But I'm going to go back to just relaxing here with my Chihuahua pizza. We're going to hang out, have our little date night. Might watch a movie or something before I go to bed. I've just been laying here resting my eyes. I'm feeling better today. So I'm thinking tomorrow, which is, what is tomorrow? It's today. Yeah, it's Tuesday still. So hoping tomorrow, Wednesday, I feel better. I can be back on the Redacted show and start getting shit going again. My goodness, Colorado, you kicked my ass. And come on, ladies. What the hell? I don't want to be single until I die. Where are all the good women at? All right, see you in the next video. Peace.